online leads to call and you have no clue what to do? Well, I'm here to help you out, work with rebuttals and everything else, anything of your real estate needs. So let's jump in. First rebuttal that you're always going to get in real estate is, I'm just browsing. And it's a great answer from some people because you will just stop and say, cool, just go ahead and browse away. But instead, if you change your mindset and you think to yourself, change from I'm just browsing to I'm just buying. What's the difference in your mindset as an agent? It's really, really big. So my script off of this goes something of this nature. I understand that you're just browsing. A lot of people on our website are. And because of that, my job is to make your browsing a little bit easier. What are you looking for whenever you're browsing right now? So if you notice, I just changed the vocabulary from I understand you're buying. What are you looking to buy? It's a great response for us to be able to continue on with that conversation and you give them something of value. My value proposition is I want you to be able to browse, save a little bit of time and energy. So let me save you a search right here. And then that way you can be able to browse a little bit easier. Another example of something that I might use off of the just browsing is I totally understand that. A lot of people are just browsing our website. I'm not sure if you know this, but we have an app too that you can browse off of. The reason why I'm going to tell you that is if you're browsing the internet, you're probably getting a lot of phone calls from people like me that are trying to see what you're interested in real estate and trying to sell you a house or two. If you happen to use our website over here at Mantle Realty, nobody else gets your information. We don't sell your information off and we don't share it with anybody else. So you'd only be getting contacted from me and me alone. How's that sound for you? Another response you might get whenever you're calling an online lead is, oh, I already have an agent. Well, your question to lead up to that should be, have you signed any paperwork with an agent? The reason being is whenever you ask, do you have an agent? Have you looked at any properties with an agent? You're just disqualifying yourself. What if they went to an open house? What if somebody just called off of a sign and said, hey, will you show me this property? Maybe that other agent was too lazy to get by our agency side. So it'd be a great way to get your foot in the door if you ask, have you signed any paperwork with an agent? And that's gonna be a big trigger for people of, oh no, I haven't signed anything, I just talked to somebody. So then I'm totally fine here in North Carolina to go ahead and continue to contact these buyers and everything else. I'm not just gonna get stopped at, I already have an agent. Now, if they do have an agent, we wanna be ethical and we wanna work with our other partners around the area. So you need to ask, have you signed by our agent? See if they say yes, then say, great. Have a great day. I'm probably going to suggest that you use that agent's website to be able to search. That way they can see a little bit more what you're looking for. And the second part about it is if they're using our site, it's going to be a little bit time consuming whenever they're trying to ask questions and don't have a clue who they're talking to. You might not be getting paid for that kind of labor on a property you can't even sell. The third rebuttal that you probably are going to get at some point or another is, I can't buy right now. Well, you need to ask a bunch of qualifying questions to see why they can't buy right now, because maybe you can help them out with it. Ask them, okay, so what's your reason why you can't buy? Is it because you're in a lease? Because sometimes you can get out of a lease. Or is it down payment money? Maybe they don't have the down payment money, but if you found them a property that had first-time home buyer program or USDA financing, or even something of that nature, they might not have to have as much money as a down payment as they thought that they did, and they're ready to roll. So if you ask these kinds of qualifying questions, you can see sort of where they're at and what their time frame is going to be. If you get the answer of, I can't buy right now because my credit's bad, my response to that is, oh, that's totally understandable. A lot of us has been through that. I really suggest that you talk to one of my preferred vendors over here. You can pick one of them out, but they can help you out because sometimes you paying off a bill here or there actually will hurt your credit more than it will help you. So if you talk to one of our lenders, they could tell you, hey, you might want to do this to be able to get your credit up, to be able to buy that house. It's also going to give you a timeline whenever they talk to your lenders about when they're able to buy, so you're not out showing properties to people who aren't qualified to go ahead and get a home. Number 4 thing that you might hear as an online lead coming in is, I don't want to share my personal information with you. Yeah, we get that a lot around here of a rebuttal for an online lead that's coming in the system. Usually they're like, where did you get my information from? Well, newsflash, you signed up on our website, whether you clicked signed in with Facebook or you just clicked on it and said, here's my information, and it auto-filled from your Chrome account. But when we tell people that, they get a little bit upset. So this is what we want to say instead. Hey, I totally understand that. I get on a lot of websites and they want all my personal information, and I never know who's doing what and who's legit and who's faking scammers. So all I'm asking for you right now is, like, what are you looking for in a property and how are you planning on paying for it? The reason why I'm asking how you're planning on paying for it means that if you're getting certain types of financing, certain conditions of a property or locations of a property won't fit the criteria for that financing. Great example is a property that is in the city limits will not go USDA financing. There's a USDA map of eligibility that we got to look at to be able to see if you can even get a property that way. Or if it needs a lot of work, it's not going to go FHA or any other government-backed loans for the most part. Something that you need to be able to let that client know, hey, I'm asking you this. I just don't want to send you properties that you might fall in love with and not be able to purchase it, whether it's from the price point of it, the condition of it, or the location of it. That's what I would do if I'm trying to rebuttal of, I don't want to share your information with me. Another way to get people off the phone is going to be, they just say, I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just going to browse for a little bit. I'll let you know whenever I'm ready. I totally get that, and that's probably the hardest one because you want to be able to stay in contact with people. So you say, hey, I get it. If you tell me a little bit of what you're looking for, maybe I can figure out more of what's going on in that area. If I hear of something that's coming onto the market in the area that you're looking at or the price point you're looking at, I can actually reach out to you before it actually hits the market. A lot of times we see these off the market deals and they go really, really quickly. So reason why I'm asking you right now is because I want to help you out. If you can give me a little bit of information, we can sit down and sort of figure out more of what you're looking for, whether it's your needs, wants, or desires, or your partner's needs, wants, and desires, and sort of mesh those two together and say like a Venn diagram. And we just put our little bubbles together and say, hey, spouse wants a big backyard, other one wants something fenced. Spouse wants 3 bedrooms, other one wants a garage. We've got to sort of mesh those together and make sure that they fit all the needs and desires of everybody who's actually involved in this transaction, not just the person that you're talking to on the phone. So there's a couple quick rebuttals that you might be able to give out whenever an online lead comes on. If you've got any questions, want me to shoot another video, give you a couple scripts, let me know, be glad to do that. Till then, hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks.